Hey guys, SerpentXSF here again. I want to share a bit of information. Today's a bad day, but this system's been running for quite a while. So December 6, 2017, early in the morning, nice hash if you had an internal wallet or was mining to an external wallet went to shit. Don't know the exact amount of money that was lost, but all I know is the small amount of funds I had is gone. So anyways, that's neither here nor there. There's plenty of forums on it, plenty of information on it. I'm not going to even talk about it. It's nowhere near as bad as it could be for others. So here I wanted to mention a couple things. So I just migrated from, let's see if I can show it, that system right there, which had a micro ATX board. So not enough room basically for expansion. So I got the H81 Pro BTC revision 2 because I already had a Celeron 1830 on standby anyways in my closet. So between parts from the junkyard, a 1070 I already had, 1060 I just picked up, and the 980 Ti that I already had as well, I decided, you know, I'm not using the hardware. It's not being, you know, put to some type of profitability, whatever you want to call it. So let's throw it in a mining rig. So I got the Cooler Master half 932 zip tied, couple video cards, put it all together. 550 watt power supply, 750 Roswell power supply, and you know, just threw a regular hard drive in there. It's not an SSD, but I started letting that mine. I did do nice hash for benchmarks, but I like to keep my not keep my eggs all in one basket. So basically, I was mining Zcash, Monero, Ethereum with Claymore, you know, or EWFB, Zcash miner, or you know, there's various miners out there. So, long story short, this system is actually doing really good. I'm surprised. So the 980 Ti is averaging around 170 watts in power draw and is getting some pretty decent hash rate, not as much as the 1070. And the 1070 is doing even better because when you look at what to mine, and it's supposed to be at 120 watts power draw for the various algorithms, this guy's only getting, it's getting more hash rate. For Ethereum, 31 to 32 at 110 watts. Equihash, I think it was like 430 to 440 at 110 watts, and then even the 1060 is doing pretty good. This little Zotac Mini here, so it's actually at 80 watts or 77 watts, doing the exact same thing on what to mine, if not a little bit more. So 23 mega hashes in Ethereum, and it's just this system is doing better than what to mine says it can do. So you know, every system, your mileage may vary. Put it together, you see what you get. So if you got hardware lying around, I'm not talking about being like, you know, the tons of miner out there and spending buku's amount of money and building a system, but if you got hardware you're not utilizing, even old hardware, obviously, you got to do your research on what's good to mine and what's not. You know, throw it in a little case and see what you can do. Get a couple of PCI riser cards and go from there. So this system is staying pretty cool, getting pretty good airflow. Temps usually for this is 68, 66, 68, and I wanted to let you know the main couple things about this board and setup and problems that I had in general. So this board and another board from BioStar has Molex power connectors at the you know, mid. So I don't think you can see it. It's right, yeah, you can't see it. Anyways, so there's one there and one at the bottom of the board. Power supply's in the way, but because you're using powered riser cards, you don't need them. If you look on forums online and talk to some people on some Reddits, you don't need them if you're going to have powered riser cards. Now, I just want to say real quick, you see these capacitors? These gray capacitors right here. A lot of times your riser cards will come to you and those won't have a solid connection. So you may need to do resoldering, or if you have an extra one, just throw it on there. And the main purpose of this video is to show you what I did in order to get those cards working. Because when I first plugged everything in, it wasn't all easy. It was actually a little bit tedious. I had to disconnect the PCI risers. I had to do all kinds of stuff. So the long story short of it is, if you're having issues connecting, disconnect everything, uninstall drivers. You can use the display driver uninstaller, uninstall it, do a fresh install. But there was also something else that caught my eye. What was happening was, in Device Manager, the 1070 was showing up, but it had an exclamation point on it. Now you're going to get one of two things: either error code 12 or error code 43. Now 43 depends on the operating system. Now this is mostly for Windows and NVIDIA, not for AMD. There are various articles on that, but this is just for NVIDIA. What I've seen, what I've experienced, and what isn't out there quite yet. The 1070 was giving me that exclamation point, and that error code 12 has to do with not enough PCIe lanes, or like maybe the I/O. Your integrated graphics is taking up something, your I/O is taking up something. Those PCIe lanes run out really quick. Another error code that you most commonly run into is error 43. But just to avoid that, know that Windows 7 can only support up to 4 cards. Windows 8 can support up to 5. So Windows 7, 4, Windows 8, 5 cards, and then Windows 10, 6 to 8 cards. So if you're getting error 43, you might want to update your operating system, move to Linux, Windows 10, whatever you can do, whatever's in your budget. But for error number, or code number 12, excuse me, and disregard code 31, I haven't bumped into that one, but code 12, let's see, and I'll put this in a link in the description. This guy right here, let's see here. So workaround for error 1, yeah, code 12. All right. So you basically, you're going to have to do a regedit and add a key to this directory. And when you edit the D word value, type hack flags, hit enter, and then modify it. And then the value, you're going to want to type 400. And that is going to be the the hexadecimal value data. And when you save it, you're obviously going to restart and all that good stuff. And what should happen is, when you come back into Device Manager, there's no longer going to be error code 12. At that time, what I did was just reinstalled with the NVIDIA drivers, a clean install of the the latest drivers. You don't have to do the latest drivers. If you found something that works for you, you'll be fine. But just do a clean install of the drivers after you get the regedit done, and that card should show up. And another thing to test, if you see it in Device Manager, but you cannot manage it in MSI Afterburner or see it in GPU-Z, then there's obviously a problem. When I was getting that error code, or I didn't have enough PCIe lanes, the megahertz was at 0, the memory clock was at 0, temperature was at 0, everything was at 0. And then when I clicked on it, there was nothing I could do to edit it. That's a problem. So basically, you want to disconnect everything and work one by one. Of course, you're going to need the motherboard, processor, memory, power supply, but disconnect all the video cards. Connect one, install the drivers, make sure that it shows up in Device Manager, shut down, install the next card, make sure the drivers are installed, make sure the video card can be seen in Device Manager, and then continue and continue. But install drivers, then move on to the next card. If the drivers are still showing up, and normally you'll be able to see it, but just right click on your desktop. Do you see NVIDIA? Do you see AMD? If you don't, then you need to reinstall the drivers, basically. But this system has been running strong since I put it together about a week ago. I'm glad I took it off a nice hash, because that really sucks. However, that's besides the point. So I just wanted to show you the trick I use to get this system running and running well. The issue that I bumped into with the error code 12, error code 43. Hopefully this helps you out in getting your mining system set up, and do your research. Please do your research about the cryptocurrency you're going to mine. Study the developers, read the white paper, research, see what other people say, the reviews. It's not my place to speak about any of these companies, but it doesn't matter if you're investing in cryptocurrency or the stock market. You always want to research the companies you are investing in. This is an investment. It's an unregulated investment, but it's an investment. A lot of people lost money. A lot of people are upset. But the best thing I can say about this situation is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your portfolio. Try different currencies. See what you like. See what can your system. See what it can do. See what you can afford. See what you can get the best out of. See what the best profitability is for your system. There's plenty of tools out there for everybody, like whattomine.com, Crypto Compare, plenty of calculators out there, plenty of crappy ones too. So just research. Go to Reddit, look at what people are saying, study a company, see if it's worth getting into, see if it's worth keeping. Just research. I'm done ranting. Everybody lost today, so. Main gist of this entire video is if you're having trouble getting your NVIDIA graphics card to be utilized, it can be seen in Device Manager, but it can't be utilized. Here's the workaround for it, and it's going to be posted in the link description. Good luck to you, and if you want to see more content like this, please comment below. If I'm wrong, comment below. If you have any more input, go ahead and comment some more. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.